Hey, what's up, personal finance students? Welcome back to day 30. We've made it to 30 days of this e-learning thing. Hard to believe that this is the 30th day, but I promise I've been keeping track. We have been doing this for 30 school days. We've been out of school longer than that. But that's okay. I know that there are some people getting antsy, and I know that if you've been watching the news, you're seeing that lots of places around the country and around Missouri are opening up things, starting to open up business. I think the announcement's coming today for St. Louis City and County about the plan to begin reopening some businesses and other places around the St. Louis area. May 18th, I think, was the date I heard. So that's not too far away. Now, we still have our date for going back to school, or we're closed until not going back to school, because I'm going to tell you right now, not going back to school after June 5th. It's going to, again, I'm not making an official announcement. I'm just saying that, they're going to be very careful about the schools. The schools will be, one of the last places to open, just because we don't want to take any risks with anybody's health. Now, that's going to raise some interesting issues if we start opening up businesses and telling parents that they need to go back to work, but their kids' schools aren't open. So what are they going to do with their kids if their kids aren't in school and they have to go back to work? Child care is going to become an issue, and figuring out what to do with people who aren't in school when their parents are at work is going to be another issue, but that's for another date. On today's date, what day is it? May 6th. Hope you all had a good Cinco de Mayo. Today we want to talk about Econ Lowdown and personal finance, and let's take a look at what's on our personal finance Blackbaud page. Oh, there's an announcement about tomorrow's Zoom meeting. Not an announcement, just the normal instruction. There will be an announcement up there later today, and with that announcement you will see the link for the Zoom meeting that is going to take place at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So just as always, look for that link to the Zoom meeting. Be ready to click on it and join that meeting at 10 a.m. And again, that link can be found later today. It'll be able to be found right here on Blackbaud on the bulletin board under an announcement. It'll also be an assignment that you can click on the link. It'll also be in a email and or message that I send to you. So you'll be having plenty of links coming your way, because I want everyone to be able to have access, easy access to that Zoom meeting, so I can see everybody's smiling faces at 10 a.m. tomorrow. Even if I can't see your smiling face, I don't need to see your face. I don't need to even hear from you. I just want you to log in. Everyone should log in to that Zoom meeting so that you get credit for being there. I know some people don't want to be on camera. Some people don't want to talk. You don't have to, right? I'd love to, but don't let that keep you away from the Zoom meeting. These are easy participation points to earn, but they're also easy to lose. If you don't show up for a Zoom meeting and I don't hear from you, that's a 0 for participation, and it'll hurt your grades. So don't let that happen. If you absolutely can't make it to that Zoom meeting, you can't log in due to technical difficulties or some other issue, let me know and I can exempt you from that Zoom meeting. But I want to try to avoid that. But if we can do that, at least then you won't get a 0. So either attend the Zoom meeting, and again, attendance is just logging in. It's showing your face or speaking is not required. And if you can't attend, make sure you let me know so you don't get a 0 for not attending that Zoom meeting. Okay, so there's that, and then also there is the link for Econ Lowdown. So let's log into Econ Lowdown, shall we? Go to our login page. Are we zoomed in enough? Let's zoom in a little bit more so we can see. And submit. Take us to our main page for Personal Finance Term 5. Oh, there's the other link for the Zoom meeting. So there's plenty of, again, access points to that Zoom meeting tomorrow, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. If we scroll down to the bottom, so we've been talking about how to make money. And yesterday I showed you this game, the Uber game. We wrapped up the video, the No Frills Money Skills on soft skills. I got 100%. It took me two attempts to get 100%. That's okay, right? First attempt I got 9 out of 10. I said I can do better than that. Got one wrong. So I retook it and I got 10 out of 10. So these questions on this quiz, even though there's 10 of them, they're pretty easy, multiple choice questions. So this is a good way to, if you're trying to boost your grade up, do this one because it's 10 points right there, right? And again, this is a quiz you can take as many times as you want. You can get 10 out of 10. I did, so you can do it. But then also, I introduced you yesterday to this Uber game, and I played this Uber game yesterday, and I lost. It's hard. I played it on the hard mode. You win the game by earning $1,000 in earnings in a week, right? So that you can pay your mortgage payment. Mortgage payment is a housing expense, right? And that's pretty realistic. That's what my mortgage payment is, right? That's one monthly expense, right? $1,000 just to have a place to live. Now, it doesn't have to be that high. It depends on where you live and circumstances like that. But housing is, for most people, almost everyone, the biggest monthly expense, rent or mortgage. And yeah, I didn't make enough money to pay that mortgage payment. I got close. I was like, after I paid off all I brought in playing the game more than $1,000, but then you got to pay for all your expenses, right? It's it's not just how much money you're bringing in. It's with any job, especially when you're self-employed like that, it costs money to be an Uber driver, right? You got to pay for the car, you got to pay for the gas, got to pay for the insurance, got to pay for repairs, all these things. All that cuts into your profits, right? And your profits is what you earn. And so yeah, I played that game and I did not earn enough to pay my mortgage. I might try again today, but it was a fun game. I had fun with it. So I recommend checking it out. This is just this link right here, Uber game. If you click on it, it opens up this Uber game, and it's pretty fun. Like I said, it's very realistic. I've never been an Uber driver, but I can see how they work very hard. They work, if you play this game, you'll see you work for 12, 13 hours a day, right? You're in the car. I mean, you're just driving around. Not like you're doing anything but sitting in your car driving around, but for 12, 13 hours a day, and you're making like $10 an hour is what it comes out to. So it's not you're not making a lot of money. It might be a good second job, but you just don't make enough for it to be your full-time single job, I think, for most people. But check that out. But it got me thinking. It got me thinking about this article, right? Which this article talks about that how most Uber and Lyft drivers, most gig workers. The gig economy is what they call it. They don't make a lot of money. It's not a high-paying job. It's a job, right? And it's a good, second job. If you have another job, you can have this in addition to another job. But to have this as your sole way of making money, you're going to have a hard time making enough money to pay all your bills. That gets to what the newest question up here is, what are your monthly expenses? How much do you think it costs to live for a month, right? Answer that question, but then also I want you to take a look at this article. Let's take a look at this article. Will your smartphone get you a job? Let's go ahead and launch that. Will your smartphone get you a job? You can think of freelancing as volatile and risky or as flexible and opportunity rich. Doesn't having multiple sources of income and multiple money-making skills sound less risky than putting all your eggs in one employer's basket? So there's trade-offs, right? You can either have one job where you make enough money to pay all your expenses, but as we've seen right now, if you lose that one job, you're kind of screwed, right? If you have multiple jobs, again, you can be an Uber driver, you can be a Lyft driver, you can be a Postmates delivery driver, you can be a Instacart driver, you can have all these, right? But just, again, no, you're going to be working really hard. You're going to be working a lot of hours a week for not a lot of money, right? Enough, you can make enough, but you're not going to get rich doing this, right? And that's kind of what I think this article gets into. It shows you some examples. Let's see. There's some statistics. Let's see. Yeah. So again, it's just giving, again, the pros and cons of being a gig economy worker. This is kind of a new thing, right? The freelance surge. Is the freelance surge the industrial revolution of our time? Right? I don't know. We'll see. This is pretty pertinent because I just saw a news article yesterday about California. State of California is suing Uber and Lyft for how they classify their workers. Look that up. Let me know what you think of that. I have to read the article. But I want to take a look at the quiz for this. Yeah, this is a pretty straightforward quiz. How many questions are there? 8. And they're all multiple choice. I'm going to start with number 8. Give you the answer for this one. The gig economy has expanded the percentage of freelancers who receive paid vacations? No. You don't get paid vacations if you're a freelancer. Allowed millions of workers to set their own work schedule. Changed the factors of production needed to produce goods and services. Resulted in an economy where the majority of jobs are part-time. Well, still, the majority of jobs are full-time, but there are a lot more part-time jobs. And the factors of production needed to produce goods and services. We've been learning about productivity. Productivity hasn't changed. So that leaves us with this one. Allowed millions of workers to set their own work schedule. I'm going to save that. I like that this automatically saves my progress. So I'm not going to finish right now. I'm going to come back later and finish it, but I can just close that out and it will show as in progress, and that one answer that I put in will be saved for later. But I'm going to call it right there since we've gone long today. I will see you tomorrow in that Zoom meeting. Peace.